Now, importance of the public. Let me take it like this. One thing we need to understand is the public is the state. The governor, the president, the legislature, as they were, are individuals from the public that are representing the public. Now, in this case of Mohbad, the people who are also the state, who nominated people to be in those positions, they are the one that voted them in office, came out and said, one of us died, and we do not like all the circumstances. We do not like the circumstances that surrounded it. Therefore, they came out and said, we want the state to investigate the matter. And because they come out and they exercise their right as the public by doing peaceful protests, using various forms of media to express their demands, the Lagos state government, first time in the history of the country, exhumed a body that has been buried and want to investigate it because the people demanded for it. And that is a great applause to the government. Now, after that was done, the states were doing their own. The Lagos State Police, through the former commissioner, gave a preliminary report. Investigation is ongoing. Lawyers for the family came and they demanded for a coroner inquest, which is needed when the matter has been declared as homicide case by the police. Therefore, the inquest came into existence. But there is something that went wrong. After Mohbad was buried, and people demanded that with what they saw, with the explanation given, they are not satisfied. And they went out to protest and demanded that the state prosecuted the matter. After that, the public that ought to stand as a refuge for the family of the deceased now splitted into groups supporting individuals within the family of the deceased. That is where we went wrong. Because it is the family that ought to come to seek refuge from the public. Not the public now seeking refuge under the family. The family is an entity. Is the definition of society is it is the family. Family is the nucleus part of every society. So we have many families that created the society. So what the society have done in this stance is for the society to go and run back to family to say, let us fight for justice. It will not work. Because what the public have done is to usurp their responsibilities and put it on the shoulders of individuals within the family. That is even unfair on the family of the deceased. Imagine, everybody wants Mr. Joseph Alòba to do this, to do that. Only one man can make a decision. Or everybody wants the widow of the deceased to do this, to do that. Only one person cannot make such decision. Therefore, all the acrimonies, all the pulling back, chasing shadows, and focusing on destructive elements within the case has not made us as a society to seek the justice we will seek. Number one question I then answer is this: what is the definition of justice by the people? It is justice for all. It is not today that someone is killed in our society. And it will not stop today. But what we are saying is many deaths of young people is getting too many. It is time for us to use this as an example to show that as the public, we can demand from our government to do the right thing, and we will feel a sense of security. Now, it involves many institutions within the state to do their job, the police, the court, etc., etc. But first, what is the role of the public? The role of the public is not seeking for justice for just the family of the deceased, but it is seeking for justice for those who might have been killed in the past that justice was not given to, or for those who are killed even after when we are still discussing this matter, or for those who will fall victim of this same crime, and for the prosperity of the Nigerian society at large and generation to come. That is why. So we are doing something that is historical. Now, that is the role of the public. The role of the public is not to kill behind or beside members of the family. The role of the public is for the member of the family to seek refuge because the public is bigger. It is within the public that we have people in government. The lawyers, the judges, the police, whoever, the journalists, they are part of the public, for crying out loud. And if crime is stopped, if people that commit crime are brought to book through proper procedures, it is better for the society. So we are doing it for ourselves, not just for the family. The family will find closure, yes, but the public will be able to show that we are a people that uphold justice for all, not justice for one, not justice for a few, not justice for the rich, not justice for the educated, but justice for all. It is our right, and it is the reason why we exist. Justice is an overall principle for a society that is functioning under rule of law. And what it means is we know that people will commit crime, either knowingly, unknowingly, intentionally, or otherwise. But there is a legal framework that helps to deal with it. And that thing must be followed, where the vulnerable among us are not deprived of their rights as citizens. They are not discriminated because the Constitution does not leave room for discrimination. Now, for me, if you check Nigerian laws, fantastic. Nigeria has the best legal documents you can ever think of. But our problem is the people. A system is a set of commands or procedure. What happened then? Even with COVID, with pandemic, the public rolled out on the streets. They knew there was pandemic, but everybody was covering their masks. Well, covering their faces with masks. They understood the danger, the health danger of doing mass protests in a COVID period. But because of one life, that was not the first time American police, the overzealous one, will snuff life out of anybody in America. That was not the first time. It is there in their record. That was not the first time. That was not the first time of police brutality. But based on that, the people said, we've had enough. And I think the case of Mohbad too is the public saying, we've had enough. And the public must act as the public. If you have had enough, you don't have to queue behind anyone to say that is how you will get your justice. That does not mean you will not support Mr. Alòba or support the widow. No, you will support them because they are also part of the public that need the help. They've run